And so you turned your back on my gray city, and chose a path that led you far from my realm. In the long years that followed, you walked many roads, across many plains, and I do not know them all. For some worlds beyond the realms are closed, even to my eyes. But your name emerged time and again in the tales of valor that swirled in your wake. With Akachi's end, the founder surrendered to death, and her soul passed to Safiya. With it came the knowledge of 12 lifetimes, and the collected wisdom of all her fragments. Safiya's love for you proved as strong as the founders had ever been. You were rarely apart, though she often expressed a desire to see the place where you had spent the early years of your life, just as you had seen hers. It was your own creation, the monster that called itself OneOfMany, who finally took Safiya's life. Whether its motive was jealousy or simple malice, you never knew. You hunted the creature for many months afterward, cornering OneOfMany in the plane of shadow. It spoke to you with Safiya's voice, pleading for its life, before you struck it down, and sent all of its souls shrieking to the wall. By all known accounts, you never took another lover. Gann of Dreams returned to the wilds of Rashaman, wandering for a time as he had before. But he had made his peace with his parents and his past, and his shiftless life felt empty to him now. Thinking he might find new purpose where his journey had begun, Gann went to Mulsantir and joined the acting troupe at the Vale. Never had the Vale enjoyed such popularity as it did when Gann of Dreams took the stage, and never had ladies traveled from so far and wide to see a leading man. But even in the midst of such adoration, Gann felt somehow unfulfilled, and he vanished from the city as suddenly as he had come. Where his paths took him then, I cannot say, for he speaks to no gods and keeps counsel only with spirits. But he has not yet come to the gates of my city, so his tale assuredly goes on. Kaelin the Dove left your company, intent upon continuing her crusade against the wall. She rallied those who had survived your assault upon the City of Judgment and led them to the Plane of Shadow, where she sought still more allies for a new and greater war. Your success was an undeniable boon to her, where before Kaelin had found only tepid support. Now outcasts of all kinds flocked to her banner. But Kaelin's idealistic nature proved her downfall as ever. She struck a bargain with the demi-lich Rammaq, thinking to sway him back to her cause. Instead, Rammaq lured Kaelin into a trap, and her party was set upon by demons. Though Kaelin escaped, her siblings did not, and the other members of the menagerie were dragged screaming into the abyss. Defeated at last, Kaelin returned to her grandfather's court a broken woman. It is said that she never spoke again, lest her words lead others to their doom. And what of your fate? In time, you returned home to West Harbor, reunited with a foster father who had never abandoned his search for you, and in that time had come to fully realize the love he bore you. The dwarf Kelgar Ironfist also found his way to your side, a bit dismayed that he had missed such a grand adventure, and the opportunity to try his fists against a god. At Kelgar's urging, you agreed to one last journey, retracing the steps of your now famous road to Crossroad Keep. Word of your passage spread, and hundreds of folk gathered in Highcliff and Neverwinter, hoping for a glimpse of the Knight Captain, who had long been thought dead. When you finally arrived at the keep, you were plied with drinks and song, and welcomed as heroes. Old friends had gathered to await your return, Nishka the Rogue, Bevel Starling, and others who yet lived. Whether you would settle there and reclaim the mantle of Knight Captain, or depart once again to seek a greater legacy still, that story is yet to be told.